Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jim and Frank's Thursday Throwdown!
Jim, welcome to another Thursday Throwdown. How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you doing today?
Just dandy, just dandy.
All right.
And what albums and what band are we going to talk about?
Yeah, let's jump right in. Go-Go's.
Mhm.
1981, their debut, Beauty and the Beat, and their follow-up, 1982's Vacation.
All right. Did you go back and actually listen to these records, or did you go off of memory?
No, I had to go back and listen to it
Okay.
because there's a ton of this I just didn't remember.
I was going to mention that the Go-Go's, but and I know people love the Go-Go's. And I was almost trying to figure out while listening to these two records,
Why anybody does.
well, why they still would. And you know what? For me, what it is, it's the live concerts. It's the show. They're a better live band.
I've probably seen them as many times or more times than any. I've probably seen them like 4 or 5 times.
I think I've
been to every farewell tour they've had.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen the reunion ones also.
Yeah, same.
Fantastic. The one that I remember the most is at Irvine Meadows when they walk through the crowd to get to the stage.
Oh, wow.
It was quite a neat thing because it was just a buzz in the air, and all of a sudden people are going crazy and no one's knowing why. But the screen, they finally put them on the screen walking through the crowd. Fantastic
That's
show.
gutsy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That first album was almost I would say a phenomenon for a girl band.
I believe it went to number 1.
Yes, it did. And they weren't the first girl rock band to do it as far as be successful.
First to go to number 1, I think, as far as a group that was playing their own instruments,
right,
and writing their own songs.
Right.
I'm sure the Supremes went to number 1 a gazillion times, right?
Yeah, and the talent there is just amazing. This was the band that finally got on the record was not the original band that started. There was a few changes here and there. Pieces came together, the drummer, bass player, things like that.
Their original bass player sued them for wrongful termination or something like that.
That's crazy. The first album, I think 6 or 7 of the songs are co-written by Charlotte Caffey, right?
Yeah.
She was a major player in the songwriting of the band. And I was watching their documentary, and that was their downfall also.
Well, they were kind of learning to play as they went.
Yeah.
I remember a quote from Jane Weedland saying getting Charlotte was like a big deal because she knew the names of like chords and how to tune up, plug guitars in. And
sure.
Nobody else knew kind of how to do that.
Right.
I mean, obviously Kathy did. She'd been in the Textones, but
yes. Okay. Well, speaking of Kathy, do you have a favorite Go-Go?
Yeah, Kathy.
Okay. As I've gotten older, she has become my favorite Go-Go because of just she's kind of in the beginning, she was kind of like the Ringo of the band because she got one song, but it always sounded like she played her heart out on the whole album, but there was just a little something extra on her song.
Great tone.
Yes. I like them all. Jane Weedland is a hoot. I really enjoy her guitar playing and her solo stuff. But that first record, right off the bat, Our Lips Are Sealed. Is that
fantastic song.
Yeah.
Absolutely great song.
And the second single was We Got the Beat. And this record has almost those beach vibes to it.
Yeah. tell me if I'm wrong here.
Mhm.
The production is very thin on this record.
On the debut, it is.
And I would even say on Vacation as well,
I think
except for the singles.
I think it's worse on Vacation than on the debut. And you would think it'd be the other way around because it's the same producer. You'd think he'd be getting into the rhythm of it.
I don't think anybody really. This is kind of what I got from listening to him again.
Hmm.
I think in their minds they were still a punk band,
Right.
right? But these are pop songs,
Pop rock all the way. Yeah.
right? It's got some surf elements. It's got some kind of 60s vibe to it, but they're very pop songs. But they kind of produced it almost like a punk rock record, right?
Minimalist. Yes.
The backgrounds are vocals are very buried in the mix, and
Right.
it's I would even say like Belinda's voice isn't even really kind of far up enough in the mix, other than
No.
when you listen to Our Lips Are Sealed,
Right.
it sounds bright and fresh and fantastic, and
And
then the
she's-
rest of the record is flat.
She's swallowed up in the music. And that's a production issue, probably in the recording technique they used. They didn't bring it up enough. And I was thinking that today. I was like, while I was listening to it, I'm like, how did they get to be so big? This does not sound. And I listened to the original, so I have the record, and then I listened to the remastered stuff, and the remastered stuff isn't all that much better.
Yeah, I was just like listening to it, thinking like production wise, it's like neither one of these records really holds up,
Not at all.
like at all. Like, did you have some favorite songs off the first album?
The singles, of course, and then
Right,
Kathy Valentine's tune at the end.
Can't Stop the World.
Can't Stop the World. Right.
Yeah,
Love that song.
same. We Got the Beat, of course.
Mhm.
Our Lips Are Sealed. This Town, I think, is a good song. I think if it just had a little bit of production on it, it would have been
Right.
great. Lust to Love, kind of 50-50 for me. And then the rest of the album is kind of,
It's forgettable almost.
it's forgettable almost.
Yeah.
And it's not because the songs are not decent. They're just so poorly produced.
Exactly.
And it pains me to say it because I'm a Go-Go's fan.
Well, I think this, especially these two records, are a couple of albums. When you go back and listen, they do not hold up the way we heard them 20 plus years ago. We heard them differently with our young ears.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember hearing Our Lips Are Sealed and then probably seeing the video, right? And
Right.
it was different and fresh. And I remember talking to Robert Hill when we were
Mhm.
seniors, and I was like, "Hey, have you seen the Go-Go's?" And I mean, they were like still very much a punk band
Right.
at that point. He said like, "Oh yeah, I saw them." I'm like, "Well, what did you think?" He's like, "Yeah, they're all right."
Yeah. Yeah, they wanted to be that punk band. They really did, and it just too clean cut for me for that.
Not many people know this, I think, but Belinda Carlisle was the original drummer for the Germs
Right. Yes.
for about 20 minutes, I think.
Right. Yeah, I don't think she really wanted to be the lead singer of the Go-Go's either. That was kind of by default, if I remember correctly. It wasn't the
maybe
major
so.
plan to do that.
It
Because
was kind of funny. She was like a cheerleader, like hardly what you would think of like punk rock material.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I went back. I said, then we go on to Vacation, and MTV was playing that particular video. And while the first album went double platinum, the follow up only went gold. Yeah, and
Yeah,
you
went to number 8 on the charts.
And was it recorded too fast, or was it one of those issues where they're on the road, they got to make another record, and because
I don't know, but Vacation sounds great.
Yeah, it's a good tune. It's a good tune.
Get Up and Go, I think, is a decent song. Everything But Party Time is okay.
Right.
But the production really kills the rest of the record for me.
Yes. Now,
Here, interesting quote. I think this was Robert Christgau talking about Vacation. mentioning the uniform thinness of the non-Kathy Valentine songs.
There you go.
Anything
Yes.
she didn't write, he kind of said very, very thin. And I think a lot of it lyrically is pretty decent.
Yeah, I think they stepped up, and they did the Capitals Cool Jerk,
Cool Jerk, yeah.
which I like that. They did a good. They kind of got back to that punk feel.
Which I think they had already done a 7-inch of that before, even before Beauty and the Beat came out.
Right.
And got some airplay on K-Rock from that.
So the first record is recorded in New York, which I think is odd because they're a California band.
And then they sent them off to tour. Well, I guess they had sent them off to tour first in England.
Right.
The tour went terrible.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if they got booed off the stage or what. But the good thing about it was they met the Specials. I think they were opening for the Specials.
Specials, yes.
And we got Our Lips Are Sealed out of that.
There you go.
So
yes.
One good thing came out of it.
Yeah, those singles, Vacation, Get Up and Go, and This Old Feeling was a single that I don't remember coming out as a single.
Right. I don't remember that coming out as a single either. But the nice thing about that song is they brought somebody, a sax player in.
Right.
And I think it really added a little something to it. I just don't think it was enough.
Yeah, there was a little added dimension. You're right.
So they went from a number one record, double platinum, number 8, 500,000. I don't think anybody really knew how to produce them until they got to Talk Show.
Right.
And I think the production on that record is great. And I think overall it's a much better record. Went to number 18, and I don't think it even went gold.
And that's something. Yeah.
Ultimately led to their breakup.
Yeah, I think, well, they were fighting over money. They were not, you had Gina on drums, who was not being paid. Kathy was not being paid what the songwriters, what Jane and Charlotte were getting. Right. And then
That's always the way it goes.
Well, exactly. And Belinda was getting all the attention because she was the lead singer.
Right. And I guess all that was already rearing its ugly head when they were recording Vacation. It sounded like that whole session was kind of a long argument.
Right.
I
don't know.
Some good things came out of it. I think Vacation is one of my all-time favorite Go-Go songs.
Right. I'm there with you on that. Like I said, I like their singles. They know how to pick the singles off their records. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And for some reason, they sound a little better produced than everything else.
Yeah.
It's like they took a little extra time.
I agree. I didn't see them in 82. This is when this record came out. I saw them later on. And by that time, they were a well-oiled machine. And they sounded good. Like I said, they're a better live album than on vinyl, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I think once you get past all the addiction, everything gets better.
Yeah, true. Did you ever get into or see Belinda Carlisle solo?
No, I never saw her solo, but I probably have all of her solo stuff.
I couldn't get into
because.
Yeah, she took a little bit different direction. She was doing more singer-songwriter type stuff that I didn't really get into.
Well, it's better produced. I'll say that.
Exactly.
I mean, I like that. What was the first one? But I remember that. I think that first single, "Mad About You," I really liked. That was kind of Go-Go-ish. I could have seen the Go-Go's doing that song. By the time she was doing her later stuff, it was a little too AM pop for me.
Well, she was. It was right for the MTV audience. She was good for the camera.
Sure.
Right.
She looked great.
Yeah. And Gina had a couple albums out. Shock Value. I forget the name of her record.
Largely forgettable, I think.
Yes, she had 2 of them. I bought a couple of them. Jane Wiedlin had a couple that I'd bought.
I like the Jane Wiedlin records.
Yeah. If her voice was just a little lower, I could listen to her an awful lot more, but she almost comes a little too high and squeaky for me at times.
Yeah, but cute as a bug, though.
That's the whole thing. Yeah. Well, let's get down to it. Vacation or Beauty and the Beat? Do you like the debut better than the sophomore effort, or is that a slump that's too much to get over?
Boy, man, it's really hard to pick. I could pick about 8 good tunes out of both albums and put one good record together here.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's so true.
Ultimately, I think I will go with Vacation.
Ah, okay. So you're going to go with the sophomore effort,
Yeah, I
okay,
think the songwriting's a little stronger, even though
right?
you don't really can't really tell.
Yeah. I tell you what, just for sake of originality, I'm going with Beauty and the Beat because it was the
Yeah,
first I'd heard of them, and both these records are a toss-up. Like I said, neither one is a masterpiece, but I think both of them are essential if you're going to show somebody, hey, check out the Go-Go's.
yeah, I would tell them listen to all 3 records.
Mhm.
Start with Beauty and the Beat and run through the talk show.
There you go. All right. Well, what about our viewers and our listeners? You have a preference on the Go-Go's? Beauty and the Beat, that first record, or the sophomore Vacation? And you can see them water skiing and the whole bit.
Yeah,
Yeah. And did you know Beauty and the Beat has two separate album covers because the original was a cream color or beige background and the band didn't like it. So after the initial pressing, it came out again on blue background.
right. I can't remember if I have both or if I have the original.
I have to go back. I think I have the original because I bought it when pretty much when that came out, but I don't think I ever saw the blue one. I thought it was like on CD later. I saw it,
Right.
and then I happened to read about it today. So there is a reason for it. They just didn't like
I
it.
think the blue actually looks a little better, but
Well, their faces pop in that
yeah.
makeup. So, all right, let us know in the comment section, please. Go
There it
Go's.
is.
Yeah. All right, Jim. Till next time.
Yeah, see you next Thursday.
All right.